You're watching KSL Sports Live.
We are live on Saturday night, wherever and however you're joining us. Great to have you with us on KSL Sports Live. I'm Spencer Linton, and for the next 30 minutes, I will take you through the top sports headlines across the Beehive State and beyond, including extensive high school state championship highlights in baseball, softball, soccer, and lacrosse, featuring multiple dramatics and exclusive celebratory reaction. Plus, why first place Real Salt Lake has been placed on upset alert tonight by their own head coach. But we begin the weekend highlight fun with Rose Park's finest. Tony Finau, the world's 30th ranked professional golfer, competing at the Charles Schwab Challenge on the PGA Tour in Fort Worth, Texas. Round 3 from Colonial Country Club. Finau 5 under par entering the day and in the top 5. Finau had back-to-back birdies on 4 and 5, including this long effort on 4. He shoots 2 under on the day, 7 under for the tournament, and currently in 6th place. World number 1 Scotty Scheffler, 7 under today. He's currently 2nd and was not arrested for any driving mishaps. Davis Riley is your leader going into Sunday's final round by 4 shots. Hey, best in the West, a title that currently belongs to Real Salt Lake. RSL riding a 10-match unbeaten streak into Dallas tonight and sit atop the Western Conference standings of Major League Soccer. RSL have outscored their opponents by a combined 13 goals through 14 matches. My notes have that as excellent. Ample reason to feel confident as they face struggling FC Dallas, right? Who sit 12th out of 14 teams in the West. But head coach Pablo Mastroeni is having none of it. Instead, he's taken a very cautious approach and put his team on upset alert if they let this string of success inflate the team ego. His message is simple. Don't buy into the wave of media praise, and as cliche as it sounds, keep focus on the game in front of them.
We're not really thinking about the streak or anything. I think we're going to just keep winning. We have the feel, we have the momentum, and no matter what happens, we're just going to continue to work and continue to be us and play and play and play, and then things will go our way.
I think that's a good way of making sure that guys don't get lost and start overthinking different opponents. All you got to do is just think about, was I the best I could be today? And I think that's a great way to keep things in focus and, more importantly, produce the type of performances that have led to results to this point.
First pitch. Swung on, deep to left. Is it good? It is! Walking off! And the Bengals are moving on to the title game!
How about those dramatics on Wednesday night from Brighton High baseball in the Class 5A tournament down to their final out. Jack Saba's walk-off 3-run homer, good enough to earn the Bengals a spot in today's state final. What would Brighton offer up in their hard-earned encore in a championship showdown with Maple Mountain? Rainy conditions along the Wasatch Front much of Saturday, but they found a way to line it up for the Class 5A state title. Brighton down 1-0 early until Cooper Scott delivers a 2-run RBI and puts the Bengals up 2-1, just like that. So Maple Mountain now seeking an answer. A.J. Thomas seems to have found one. Thomas with his own 2-run RBI. Maple Mountain up 4-2. Then the Golden Eagles get it done on the defensive side. Bennett Averett dives for the out. Students age 14 to 18 highly approve. The Maple Mountain Golden Eagles win 7-4 and take the 5A state title.
It feels amazing, honestly. Coach always said it'd feel good, but it feels better than he could ever hype it up to. It's just, these boys deserve it. We put in a ton of work all season, waking up early at 5 in the morning for weights and stuff, and it's well deserved.
The guys have worked hard. They've really done everything that we've asked them to do, extra hours on the field, and the credit all goes to them.
6A championship. Lehigh with a Game 1 win Friday night over Corner Canyon. Game 2, all Chargers early. Top of the second inning, and Ryland Dunn goes for the solo shot to make it 2-0. Still in the second, Nathan Horstman with an RBI double. 2 more runs score. It's 5-0 Corner Canyon. Currently a rain delay, and the Chargers lead 5-1. State championship Saturday party continues with girls Class 6A softball. Riverton and Bingham know each other well, separated by just a few miles, relatively speaking, but that just adds to the drama, does it not? Bring on those softball dramatics. Riverton working to close the title out in Game 2, top of the 5th. Braley Shields is the queen of diamonds. A 3-run home run to make it 4-2. Riverton would blow it open shortly thereafter. Graceland Lemke with a 2-run RBI to make it 9-3. The Riverton Silverwolves, 6A softball champions.
Never give up. Like, we keep pushing away every single pitch. Nothing will bring us down. I think we have a fight like no other.
These kids are awesome, honestly. We, especially as it being like our first year here, we walked into such a great culture. We give our hats off to these kids. They've worked their hats off.
Love to see it. If some softball is good, more is better. Springville and Spanish Fork in the Class 5A title. Spanish Fork with an early lead and Tatum Hall adding to it. RBI double makes it 3-0 Dons. Leah Higginson wants a turn now. Her RBI double extends the lead to 5-0. Spanish Fork's Alice Archuleta pouring on the aluminum abuse makes it 6-0. Spanish Fork runs away with the championship 9-1.
It's so awesome. The team we have, like, we're all so close. I can genuinely say that, like, we're all such close friends, and getting to win with them for my senior year was just, I couldn't have asked for anything more.
You know, this has been a fantastic year. Like, I love every one of them. They have given from the day we started to today. We've had just so much fun.
Winning is fun, isn't it? Wasatch boys soccer knows a thing or two about that. They've officially entered dynasty mode. The Wasps have won 30 straight matches overall and 2 of the last 3 state titles. Today, Wasatch working to make it potentially 3 titles in the last 4 years and seeking back-to-back championships. The only thing standing in front of that potential reality, Roy High School. The Royals would love nothing more than to end Wasatch's 30-game win streak, and why not in the 5A title game? 10 minutes left. Roy's Quinn Smith puts a ball into the box, but Wasatch keeper Jackson Medina ends the threat. Give me that. Now less than 2 minutes to play. Wasatch on the attack, still scoreless. Liam Davis has a shot blocked. Jaden Cosper, nothing but net on the rebound. Wasatch wins again, their 3rd boys soccer championship in 4 years. They're back-to-back champs in 5A.
I mean, wow, like, I'm thinking, all right, I got to get ready for overtime, you know? I mean, it's just, wow, like, unbelievable. I'm like, my head is pounding right now.
It was crazy. I don't know, once I saw it go in the back of the net, my heart was going through the roof. I was, like, finding a way to get to the fans to cheer.
Get Jackson some ibuprofen, by the way. How about the fireworks in Class 4A title match between Murray and Ridgeline? First half, Ridgeline down 1-0 when Diego Vasquez on the breakaway scores the equalizer for the Riverhawks. Early in the second half, Vasquez, long free kick. Oh, gorgeous! Finds the back of the net, Ridgeline up 2-1. A few minutes later, Tate Hickman in front of the keeper, redirects. 3-1 Riverhawks. High-level soccer. Murray did not back down. A free kick into the box. Bentley Heath. That's an excellent use of the noggin. Makes it a 1-goal match. Now less than 15 minutes to play. The Spartans find an equalizer off the foot of Abdul Shahir. The match tied at 3. Ridgeline needed dramatics in their semifinal. They would need more in the final. On this corner, 90 seconds left. Yvonne Leon attempts the bicycle. It gets blocked, but Denier Dean puts it in the back of the net. Ridgeline does it again. Another dramatic game-winning goal in the final seconds. This one to secure the trophy.
It's the greatest feeling, honestly. You know, it was a fight through the whole game, but we ended it on a win, so it feels great. And the team gets you going. You know, it's super hype.
Yeah, we knew we got that tie 3-3, but the belief didn't go away. We knew that we could put it. We could come out here and have that late performance. We knew we could. They believed, we believed, and they executed. I was so proud of them.
A win. American Fork High School last won a state championship in boys soccer the same year BYU football won a national championship. 1984. Yeah, it's been 40 years. The Cavemen trying to end the lengthy drought today against Farmington in the 6A bout. American Fork playing the underdog role for what it's worth against Farmington. First half, Cavemen on the corner. Dimitri Larson, top of the box. Oh, you bet. With the left foot. And how about American Fork? 1-0 winner. They hold on for an historic shutout, securing the Cavemen's first boys soccer title in 4 decades. Wow.
Feels great. Like again, like a roller coaster. You're on a roller coaster. We won for the first time in 40 years. Feels great.
Well, yeah, the old adage, right, in sports is getting the monkey off our back. 40 years. We actually had the captain of that team 40 years ago called us out via email. Was really excited for us, but said, hey guys, it's time. And we felt the support from all over.
I want to know what exactly was in that email. Hey, what a start to KSL Sports Live. And frankly, we're just beginning the Saturday night fun. Still on the way, the latest from a BYU countdown, 100 years in the making.
BYU and the quarterback position, it's synonymous with being one of the great positions in college football.
The countdown to number 1 has finally come. Mitch Harper joins the show to talk about his top 25 players in BYU football history.
Okay, coach, hold this thing. During the interview.
And there's more hardware to give away. The Boys and Girls Lacrosse Championship highlights in full up next.
When the college football season kicks off this fall, it will be marking the beginning of the 100th season of college football at BYU. And to commemorate over the last month, KSL Sports BYU insider Mitch Harper has been counting down the top 100 players in BYU history. And that's why we brought Mitch in today to take a closer look at his countdown and some of these iconic players. First, Mitch, how did you put this list together? I mean, 100 players, that's not easy to get it down to.
It's not easy at all, especially at a place like BYU that's got storied tradition. But as someone who kind of prides himself on being a BYU historian, I took the task to rank these players. And there has been criticisms from some of those former players, but it's been a lot of fun putting it together, and it really highlights the talent that this program has had.
All right, so you've released 25 at a time in each installment. The final installment came out this week, numbers 25 through number 1. I want to start at 25. Number 25 is Harvey Unga. And the reason why I start there is because you've also got Tyler Algier, Jamal Williams in the top 25. Luke Staley is number 5 on your list. We kind of saw this shift over the decades where BYU wasn't all just about the quarterbacks. We saw running backs rise.
It's true. And in the 21st century, we've seen BYU have a lot of talented players. Just maybe hasn't equaled the national success that BYU experienced in the 80s. But yes, the ground attack for BYU have been prolific. So many players, a handful, have been the all-time leading rushers in the 21st century. And Harvey Unga was one of those guys when his career ended in 2009. And then you had Jamal Williams. Curtis Brown was a guy that was in the top 100 a little bit earlier in the list. But great running backs have come through BYU. And Luke Staley, if you need a star performance for one game, when you're healthy, Luke Staley, 8 yards per carry, he was phenomenal. The Doak Walker Award winner in 2001. I had him in studio and talked with him, and he, is a guy that he was so good and kind of undersells how impactful his career was, but he was brilliant at BYU.
One thing I love about these types of lists is it's open for debate. For me, I thought Jamal Willis should have been a little higher on your list for running backs, but you know what? I'll save our debate for a little bit from now. Let's talk about quarterback. Top 4 of your list makes total sense to me because we're going quarterback. You got Mark Wilson, Steve Young, Jim McMahon, and of course, Ty Detmer. It feels like you can't really argue with those 4.
You can't, and it's amazing to think that those guys still stand the test of time. I don't think it's going to be darn near impossible for anyone to crack into that Mount Rushmore of BYU football because those guys were just head and shoulders above anyone else. They almost reinvented the position, not only in college football, but in football in large. And you think, Ty Detmer had 15,000 passing yards. It would have been 16,000 had they included his bowl stats. And Jim McMahon had 75 NCAA records. And BYU and the quarterback position, it's synonymous with being one of the great positions in college football. And 17 quarterbacks were in this top 100. And it's no surprise that many of them were in the last 50 years because, BYU's been one of the winningest programs in the last 50 years. And because of that great quarterback play, it's one of the reasons BYU's got a brand that says they are a consistent winner in college football.
Mitch, great work. I can't imagine how difficult it was to put that top 100 together. You can check out the entire list over at KSLSports.com. If you have a debate about it, I think it's mharper@ksl.com.
Yes, that is the email.
Do you want to give your cell phone too, or maybe we'll just keep that?
You go to KSL Sports, or if you need to get in my text, you can send me there too.
All right, there you go. And 25 years from now, we'll reshuffle and do 125. All right, Mitch?
Sounds good.
All right.
Mitch's inbox is very full. Our thanks to Sam Farnsworth and Mitch Harper for that BYU football countdown. 100 greatest players in a century. All right, football out, lacrosse in, as we continue our recap of state championship weekend. Up first in the pursuit of legendary lacrosse status, the 6A high school boys title. Davis and Corner Canyon. Corner Canyon out quick, building a big lead. Ashton Free makes it 10-4. Davis with a wild rally, however. Brett Jensen ties it at 11. We go to overtime. Corner Canyon's Campton Dutton. A state championship walk-off winner. Campton's social media DMs will be very busy this weekend.
They counted us out to start the year. They said 3 was it and we were done. Well, we told them we make our own destiny. My last game, so it's a heck of a way for them to send me out.
Oh man, it means the world to me. There was no superstar on this team. We were all filled with young guys. We all had to find our role from the beginning, and it was hard. It was tough. It was just awesome. I'm at a loss of words right now.
What a way to send your coach out. 6A Girls Championship, Fremont and Mountain Ridge. Fremont dominated early. The Silver Wolves built an 8-goal lead, scoring 9 consecutive goals between the first and third quarters, led by McKaylee Sargent and Aslan Williams. Sophomore keeper Mackenzie Souza pitched a shutout in the second quarter for Fremont. 8 saves in the game. Silver Wolves led 11-3. Game's over, right? Mountain Ridge had their own furious comeback effort. Taya Chalk makes it 1-goal game with 20 seconds left, but the rally falls short. Fremont survives, holds on for the 6A title.
I was pretty nervous. Honestly, I was getting a little frustrated, but we came out with it, and I'm so relieved that we held up our end.
I was like, I've never won a state championship before. It was amazing. So a great feeling, especially that I'm a senior. I'm like, a good way to end up on top, right?
In Class 4A, the class of lacrosse has certainly been the Bear River Bears. They are defending a title and doing so against Payson. The one-loss Lions on the upset hunt, working to dethrone undefeated Bear River. First quarter, back and forth. Junior Shelby Wilkinson. The goal for Bear River, they led 5-3, but Payson's Leah Sorensen makes it a 1-goal game with 20 seconds to play in the quarter from there. Bear River taking control, however. Senior Mackenzie Mickelson, 3 points in the game, and Shelby Wilkinson straight dominated. 6 goals, 2 assists, a total of 8 points. Bear River, another undefeated season and a three-peat for the Bears.
It's honestly just so surreal, and I'm just grateful for like all the people that have helped us get here. The sisterhood that we have on this team is unlike any other team that I've been a part of before. We all love each other and we all want the best for each other, and that's just something that you usually don't get, and we have, and it's amazing, really.
4A Boys Championship, Skyview taking on Judge Memorial. Judge down 1-0 early until Sean Jerome ties it at 1. He finished with 6 goals. Then Rome Swanwick puts Judge up 3-1. Just like that, he finished with 3 goals. To end the first quarter, Freddie Gowski with 5 seconds left. That made it 6-1. Judge Memorial owns the 2024 4A championship.
Just a young group of kids that just have worked so hard.
Okay, Coach, hold this thing. During the interview.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, this team just means everything. I mean, just a fantastic bunch of young men. I don't know what to say.
5A boys title game, Park City taking on Brighton. Game tied 1-1 early, and Brighton's Grayson Harris changes it just like that. Under a minute to play in the first quarter, Andrew Salinas makes it 3-1 with this goal. Then at the buzzer of the first quarter, Gabriel Carrera gets this goal to go. Brighton runs away with this 10-3, and they've got a state championship ring.
We weren't scared. I think we played a little more to the moment of that game and what was on the line versus just playing our style and playing the game. And the knock on Brighton for a little bit was, they hadn't won one since 2016. To finally get one, finally get over the hump, solidify ourselves as still a top program in the state is unbelievable.
Sports Live, as the third round of the Charles Schwab Challenge began today, the PGA Tour received some absolutely gut-wrenching news. 30-year-old Grayson Murray had to withdraw from the tournament late Friday due to a sudden illness. We've learned that he has since passed away. Stunning. The golfer ranked number 58 in the world at the time of his death. No cause of death has been released just yet.
Runner's going to take off, and ECU wins it.
From the files of You Don't See That Every Day, in the AAC Championship semifinal, the game tied. East Carolina's Dixon Williams steals home in the bottom of the ninth. A walk-off steal. They force a second game against Wichita State. Wow. And from the Bluegrass State, Kentucky High School Baseball, Fort Recovery and Marion Local. A blooper to center finds some green for Fort Recovery. The Marion Local defense fails to cover second and third base. And home plate, he's going to try and score, but look at the center fielder. He's chasing him down and dives to record the out. What is this madness? That's the way to end KSL Sports Live. We'll see you tonight at 10 for more sports fun. Thanks, everyone.